Hello good people of YouTube. Today is Monday, July 6th, 2015, and I'm your host, Wolf Tiger. And yes, it is that time. The time for another exciting, fine episode of
The Things That Make You Go,
the series that takes an editorial, and sometimes sarcastic, look at the realm of video games and technology. So let's get started, shall we? Well, I know it's been a couple weeks since our last update, but I'm back and ready for action. And what's my topic for today? Well, as it turns out, developers and publishers are actually listening to their customer base. Why do I say that? Because fresh news today has Ubisoft announcing that they've approached showing games differently since the Watch Dogs Downgrade fiasco that had the game coming out in a much different state than what we saw at the previous year's E3 show. Let me get you more details on this story. From GameSpot.com, backlash resulting from the disparity between the way Watch Dogs looked at its E3 2012 debut and the final game has changed the way Ubisoft shows off new titles, according to the company's CEO, Yves Guillemot. Speaking to The Guardian, Guillemot indicated it now focuses on making sure games were playable on the target hardware before showing them off at events such as E3. With E3 2015, we said, okay, let's make sure the games are playable, that they're running on the target machines, he explained. In 2014, shortly before the release of Watch Dogs, claims were made that the game's graphical fidelity had been scaled back. Trailers released from throughout the development cycle were used to support this. When we show something, we ask the team to make sure it's playable and make sure gamers can immediately see exactly what it is, Guillemot continued. That's what we learned from the Watch Dogs experience. If it can't be played on the target machine, it can be a risk. So there you have it. Even Ubisoft has learned that you have to listen to your customer base or face serious backlash and not sell your titles. You actually have to produce what you advertise and what you show to the customers in previous shows and advertisements. If you don't produce what you promise, then your customer base is going to be upset and you're not going to sell your games. Far be it from me to say that's an obvious lesson that somebody needs to learn early on when producing titles, if they actually want to have people buying their games. I mean, seriously, how can they not know that the game needs to run on what they've promised it to run on before making the promise that, look, this is a beautiful, fantastic game. Sure, it's not on the machine yet, but really, it's gonna look like this when it comes out. Only for them to come out and say, well, maybe not. We promised it, we showed it, but it wasn't really on the hardware. It really couldn't handle it, so we downgraded, not just the console version, but the PC version. Happy? Look, the game's out, really. You should be happy with it. And now they're just finally learning you can't do business that way. But at least they are learning. Because if they do that again, people are going to turn away from that company as fast as they have from so many others. Just look at how recent events have turned people away from WB, EA, and other developers. So Ubisoft, keep going down this track and listening to your customer base. That gives us hope that other developers and other publishers will get the memo. Give us what you promise and we'll be happy. Otherwise, we're not going to buy your games. As always, we'll keep our eyes open and see what happens next. That's all for now. Peace out.